We've heard how Joseph's father and 11 brothers came to live with him in Egypt so that they could have enough food. Those brothers married and had many children. Those children had children, and those children had children, and so on, until there were thousands of Israelites in Egypt. The king of Egypt, who was called Pharaoh, he didn't like this at all. He made them work as slaves. Many of them worked hard, making bricks to build the houses and the palaces. Let's open the book to hear what happened to one particular family. Today's story is called The Secret Baby.
Now, there was a woman from the tribe of Levi who had a child. She had a little baby boy. And she was afraid for him because she was afraid that people would come and take her little baby and hurt him, maybe even stop him from being alive. And so she looked after her baby for 3 months. And then she thought, he's getting too big. What can I do? I can't hide him anymore. Where can I put him? And she had an idea. She thought, I'll take a basket with a lid. And what she did was, she took a kind of sticky stuff called pitch, and she smeared it all over the basket to make it waterproof, and all over the lid. And then she took her baby and she put him in this basket with a lid, now that it's all waterproof. And she secretly went down to the river and she put her baby down in the water to see what would happen. She thought, I can't look after him anymore. What can I do? And the baby in the basket floated in the river. Now the little baby had a big sister, and the big sister was called Miriam. And Miriam hid in the rushes, in the plants by the river, to see what would happen. And as she hid, some people came down to the river. It wasn't just anyone. It wasn't just anyone on a picnic. It was the daughter of the king, the princess, with her servants, with her attendants. They were coming down to the river. And the princess came down to the river and she looked around and she saw the basket floating in the river, the basket with a lid on. And she said to her servant, "Servant, see that basket floating in the water? Bring it to me." And so the servant went down and she picked it up and she held it out to her mistress. And the woman, the princess, said, "Well, open it then. Let's see what's inside." And they opened it, and inside was a baby. "Well now," said the princess, "it's a baby. It's a baby from one of the Hebrews. What a thing." And as she was standing there looking at this baby in a basket, which she found in the river, the little girl, Miriam, came up and she said, "Please, miss." And the princess said, "What do you want?" She said, "If you want to look after this baby, I know a woman that can look after it for you." And the princess said, "Do you?" And the little girl said, yes, I know a woman. She'd love to look after your baby for you. She's got milk and everything to take good care of the baby." So the princess says, "Well, that sounds like a good idea. Girl, go and fetch this woman and bring her to me. Then she can look after this baby on my behalf." So Miriam ran off, found her mother, and said, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, guess what? What? The princess wants to see you." And her mother went, "Oh, why?" She said, "She wants you to look after your baby." Well, so the lady came up and she bowed before the princess. And the princess said, "Woman, You see this baby, which I found floating in the river in this basket with a lid? I want you to look after this baby. I'll pay you. And the woman said, okay, I'll do that. And so Moses, the baby in the basket, was found by the princess. She loved him and adopted him as her own child. But guess who looked after him? His own mother. And not only did his own mother look after him, she was even paid for doing it. What a thing. Who on earth could have thought that was going to happen?
So Moses escaped from the cruel soldiers. Wasn't it amazing how it worked out so well? For now he was safe, being brought up by his own mother, together with the princess. But that was God's plan for him. We'll hear all about what happens to Moses in the next story.